Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, finally time to show off this knife everyone's been asking about. And by everyone, I don't mean literally everyone. You might be like, I never saw this before in my life. But I did get a bunch of messages on it. I actually showed this on Instagram first. I don't know when, maybe a week or two ago, something like that. And people were inquiring about it. And then, of course, I did a little teaser on the Battle Box video, so people were asking. So this is from TacKnives, and in the background here I have their Black Friday information. I thought it'd be a lot easier. This is part of an email. So just pause your screen there. You can check out the breakdown on the deals. And for TacKnives, it's deals on deals. There's constant sales everywhere, really. But now it's Black Friday. The holidays are here. It's time. It's time to really get the extra deals, the real deals, if you know what I'm talking about, right? So if you're interested, there's the information there. All right, you can see that for yourself. But I wanted to show you this knife. So I thought this was really neat. This is a total gimmick. This is something you get your, gun friend, right? The gun fanatic, the guy who's got all the stuff, the guy you know from the range, maybe your dad, your grandpa, your mom, whoever's into the firearm stuff. This is something that would be fun for them. So this is, like I said, it's from TacKnives. They actually offer this in black, all silver, or gold, depending on what flavor you like. And I'm a sucker for a cool gimmick. So it does come with its own little sheath, or holster, I suppose you'd call that, right? Although there's just a really simple strap on the back. I wouldn't, even though this is small, and I know this sounds completely stupid, but you don't want anyone to think this is an actual firearm, so, I wouldn't, walk to the store with this strapped to your hip or anything. It's kind of stupid. But, for around the house, totally cool. I love it. So, obviously, we can see that it has a silhouette or the appearance of a firearm, but it is not, of course. There's no functional, trigger or, hammer or anything like that at all. There's no magazine that comes out, just solid metal. But it is a knife. It's an OTF, all right, and it actually works really, really well. So our blade is double-edged, okay, so it is sharpened on both sides. It's actually very, very sharp, so keep that in mind, all right? You see dual tone, so we have black coating on the grinds, essentially, and then the flats are just that, brushed stainless steel. It's actually really comfortable because of the gun grip that's on here. It's surprisingly nice, I have to say that. I thought this thing would be a total POS, and it's not. It's actually a quality knife, and the full price on this is $89.99. Of course, don't pay full price. Get the deals, right? No one wants to pay full price on anything. But honestly, I think it's worth it. I know that sounds kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, it's total gimmick. This is not going to be your go-to knife every day. Maybe not. I don't know. Who am I to say? Maybe you got a cool man room or something. You got a little bar room and you're going to use this all the time in there, or maybe have it in your garage, or maybe it's just your letter opener for the house. I don't know. You do you. But I'm just saying the quality is actually way better than I thought. I thought this thing would actually break and fall apart, but just like everything I've ever gotten off TacKnives, I haven't had a misfire or any kind of problems with this. You can see as I'm talking here, opening and closing, it's not terribly hard to open and close this. Like the tension needed is about the same as like a medium-sized OTF. Depending on brands, especially, the Chinese stuff. This is some just Chinese knife. But some of it's, it's very stiff. Like the switches are super stiff. It takes a lot of pressure. I know some people get very uncomfortable, thumbs and hot spots and stuff. But I don't know, maybe it's just the grip here, how you're holding it is much different than a traditional like OTF. But it's just easy. It's easy to open and close. Right, smooth, it works every time. It's just pretty cool, but honestly it works. It's sharp. So again, even though this looks like a total toy and a gimmicky cheap thing, do not be fooled. It actually has a very sharp pointy blade in there, okay? So treat it accordingly, all right? But yeah, I thought this thing was super, super neat. I like the all black one. I actually like the all silver one too. The gold one's a little bit too much bling for me. But yeah, I think these things are super, super cool. So you guys asked, you want to see more about it? That's what it is. I think it'd be cool if, the hammer is what actually activated it. So if you pull the hammer back, it would open and close. Or even the trigger. I don't know, mechanically what it would take to make something like that. It'd probably be a lot more money too. Probably several $100s for some custom maker. But that would be pretty awesome if it had like a functional safety on it. and you turn, you know, flick the safety off, and then you can pull the trigger to open it, pull it again to close it. That would be it. But this is about as close you get to, you know, something like that, I suppose. And to be honest, it's a chunk. This thing, you know, I should have grabbed the scale, but, you know, maybe 7-8 ounces. I mean, it's heavy. It's a hefty knife. All right, so if you imagine, you know, all this extra is literally just extra. It's just some kind of metal, right? That's your OTF right there, but it is bottom opening, right? Makes sense. Similar design, I suppose, to the, you know, karambit style OTFs where they open on the bottom, right? So let's say if you didn't have the silhouette, you would just be opening it on the bottom here. But yeah, it's interesting, right? To me, it's just super cool. I love stuff like this. I'm just a big kid. That's all it is. I keep getting older, but I'm still that 13-year-old knife lover. I love it all. It's the coolest, stupidest stuff. And that's exactly what this is. It's the coolest, stupidest stuff, right? Total gimmick. You know, I can carry this, which is awesome, and I have. I have carried it. I just don't carry it openly. Even though I can legally, I don't think that's a good idea. There's a lot of not smart people in the world, and they may see that as some kind of a threat or something. So if it's gonna look like a gun, it should just be a gun, if you're asking me. Are you even asking me? I'm blabbing. Anyway, that's all. Super cool though. Awesome Christmas gift. You know, a birthday gift for your gun buddy, you know, or that gun gal in your life. I don't think they make any cool feminine colors, but like I said, black, silver, and gold. But it makes a cool gift because it's something different. You know, you might have a friend. I have lots of knife friends who have all the cool knives. Ain't no one got this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think it's so cool. And in the holster here, by the way, it is protected. All right, I think that's kind of the point there. It can't accidentally get bumped. But someone had this conversation with me not too long ago. I've never, that I can recall anyway, had an OTF of any kind. A cheap $10 one, $20 one, a $200 one, a $500 one. I've never had one accidentally open in my pocket, so I wouldn't be worried about that anyway. But there you go. Pretty cool from TacKnives. If you guys end up getting something cool for the Black Friday sale, let me know in the comment section. I do have some other stuff from TacKnives that I'll probably show you guys soon. I have some side opening autos. And I also got a couple more guard fathers. You remember those from back in the day? The guard father. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me grab this stuff. Let me show you while we're talking about it, right? All right, so these folders are the Armed Forces autos. I got a bunch of these. These are super cool. There's a couple different styles here. All right, move these out of the way for a second. I'll show you these guys. You haven't seen them before. They sell these. These, the normal price are 40 bucks, but you got to work the deals. You can see the two different blade profiles here. All right, these are all aluminum. I got purple just because it's different too. The red, the green. These have some pretty decent springs in them as well. All right, so this is just a simple button lock auto, right? So you have the button plunger on here, right? Coil spring inside the pivot area. Very, very lightweight. These, I think, are about 3 ounces or so. It's just aluminum, very simple. 440C blades. I know it's not going to impress your knife friends or anything, but they work. They're pointy. They come nice and sharp. If you can sharpen your knives, they stay sharp. But yeah, everyone's focused on the OTFs, and you know, I love just a regular old side opening autos. Right, simple little pocket clip. These are, you know, cheapo autos to me. They make very nice, you know, automatics you can get for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But there's nothing wrong with a, you know, $20 to $40 auto as well. Like I said, they work. These are your beater autos. Hey guys, I'm back. I didn't realize that I was talking and the battery was dead. I was talking to no one. Anyway, I was showing off these guard fathers. These actually do work very well as an ice pick. I have an ice machine and I have an ice box, right? So we make ice, we put it in the box, it freezes to a you know, solid lump, and we actually use these as ice picks. But obviously this would be that, you know, last ditch defensive weapon. Again, if you haven't seen this before, we have a pocket clip on here, right? The pocket clip, you can rotate it. It's usually covering your actuation button, right? It's down on that, that shoots out, locks in place, right? The only thing is when you want to retract this, you put the button, push the button to retract it, but you do need something like a hard surface to push on. I'll just use the side of this just so you guys can see that, to kind of reset it, all right? And then you can cover up that button again if you want. Now these things have been around a long time. Let me show you this real quick. The whole thing unscrews if you wanted to. All right. So you have a spring in there, and it'd be better if you did that when it was open. so you relieve the spring tension. Then up front, you just unscrew that as well. All right, so we have basic parts here. All right, so we have our tube. We have our whole post here, which I have to push that button again. Hang on, I gotta rotate that. All right, so push the button to let that past it. All right, those are your basic pieces, basically. Your spike, your inside, a spring, right, a body, and a pocket clip, right, a button. So really, really simple stuff. But like I said, that's old school. I love those, but they're actually functional. Specifically, if you're at some kind of a barbecue or a party and if someone has the big cooler, and there's a big old chunk of ice, these actually do work very well as ice picks. But anyway, so yeah, there's other cool stuff. Like I said, I'm a big kid. I love all of this stuff. But these are great little, stocking stuffer ideas. Again, the holidays are around the corner. And in fact, some of these are actually going to be presents. That's why I got so many of them. Anyway, the main focus was this guy here. I just thought this was super, super cool. So I've loved all cutlery my whole life. You can show me something like this, I'll get just as excited as someone showing me a $500 beautiful folding knife. I love it all. I love the variety though. Things get boring. If you only showed me cheap knives for a couple of years, I'd be pretty bored with cheap knives. If you only show me the best knives in the world for a couple of years, guess what? I'd be bored. It's no different. I like the variety. I like all of it. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.